Hey, fellow riders. Figured I'd do a quick video on this absolute clean unit I picked up not long ago. This is an '04 400EX. The story was it was built out of a crate in 2016. I picked this up a few weeks ago. Stupid cheap. The bike was all stock. The only thing that really wasn't factory on it was somebody got rid of the warning labels and put the aluminum block-off plates on the fenders here. Picked this bike up for 1,800 bucks, titled. It had the factory tool kit, bars, everything on it was completely original. The tool kit had never been opened up. I have since removed that just because I used to restore old three-wheelers, and a lot of these pieces end up getting thrown in the trash. And then when guys go to restore these things, 30, 40 years later, those things bring stupid money because they're discontinued. Put the DG front bumper on there. I like the old school look. I'm an old school guy. I've been around ATVs for over the last 25 years or so. Used to be a big two-stroke rider. We still have an old Banshee over here. That's what's left of our two strokes. Used to have a bunch of three-wheelers, 250R Tri-Z three-wheelers. Pretty much started selling those off after a while. Just parts were getting too hard to get for them. Those were my primary riders. Some of the aftermarkets or add-ons I've done to this, custom HRC bar pad, Pro Taper bars. Took off the working parking brake, folded it up and put it in a box. Custom shock covers, we're waiting on the graphics. Those will have the same similar HRC logo on the shock covers. All three of them are on here. As you can see, this bike is stupid clean. I can't imagine this bike has more than probably 40, maybe 60 hours on it. Still can see the red paint on the tires. Yeah, most of you guys are going to say the tires on backwards. They're not. From the factory, they're supposed to be facing that opposite direction. There's no rust on the frame. A little bit of flaking on the oil tank and some of the cases on the engine. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately, like Michael Sabo's channel, and just watching you guys get some bikes and fix them up. And it's like negative 10 degrees here and a foot of snow on the ground. I'm not going to start it up and ride it or anything. This is going to be my primary trail rider. Figure this will last the rest of my life. We're going to be putting a custom seat cover on it. My wife owns a custom seat cover business, so this will basically have the same image as the HRC bar pad. We're going to put the black Honda or the HRC Honda on here. Black Honda on the back. We're going to stay with the red vinyl. Just a couple light scuffs in the fenders. Nothing's cracked or anything. A couple spots flaked off on the grab bar. I'll touch those up. There's no rust on the axle. Still has the original chain and sprockets on it. I replaced the original brake pads on it. They were about, probably down to 30% or so, so I went ahead and threw a new set on there. Went with the HMF Competition Series pipe silencer slip-on. I'm running the middle insert. I don't like stuff stupid loud. I like it to sound good and perform good, but some of these pipes on these four strokes are just absolutely ridiculous, so I'm not one for that kind of sound. But yeah, I mean, this bike is clean. I mean, absolutely clean unit. I don't know if you could get closer to finding basically a brand new machine, and for the money I paid for it, everybody else wants $3,000 for something missing the title, and it's all beat up and everything. I mean, everything is absolutely immaculate under here. I don't even think this bike ever saw any mud. A lot of people are going to say switch out the shocks with the 450R shocks, but You know, I don't jump and race anymore. I just trail ride, hill climber type of guy. As I get older, I get a little bit less risky, so to speak. But yeah, I'm going to try to start doing some more YouTube uploads. It's like all I watch anymore is YouTube. I really don't watch TV much anymore. Put the aftermarket gas cap on here. The LSR parking brake block off. Guys, make sure you put a little bit of silicone on that when you put those on there. If not, dirt and water just gets in there, ruins the seal on the back side of the piston shaft. Just a thin coat of RTV. You don't have to have it gobbing out of there or anything. But yeah, we got lucky to find this one. I mean, she is clean. Runs like a top. I jetted the carb when I did the pipe. I'm going to do a few other little light mods to it, but I'm not opening up the engine. I'm not doing anything to sacrifice the reliability of these things. It's got plenty of power for what I'm going to do with it. I watched a friend down the road buy one of these things brand new, and he put it through absolute hell. And that thing never blew up on him. And, I mean, he was just rough on that thing. And I like the bug eye look. Back in 2000 when these things came out, they were the shiznit. Was also probably the most rolled bike of the early 2000s. If you heard something crashing down a mountain somewhere, chances are it was a Honda 400EX. But yeah, this thing is just that, you know, the control arms have barely any wear on the bottom of them. And this side has almost no scratches on the bottom of it over here. Thing's absolutely cherry. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out and riding this thing a little bit and playing around on it. And then my wife rides the Banshee. I had Banshees over the years, and I may get another one someday, but I'm trying to kind of stay limited on my machines here. You know, usually if we're going to go out and get jiggy with it, we'll take a Razor out. Got a Rhino for dragging deer out of the woods and doing work around the property. And but yeah, we want to get out and play when the weather's nice and stuff, do a little bit of hill climbing, ripping around. This is going to be my new whip, so keep watching, guys. I may upload some more videos here later as the weather gets nicer. Maybe I'll get some videos out on our property, cruising around some of the trails. Maybe we'll hear the Banshee in action. This Banshee has DMC 916s on it. These pipes are freaking phenomenal. We've had this Banshee for a long time, probably over 20 years. I built this thing out of a pile of parts back in probably 2001. It's ported and polished. Just some tasteful mods done on this thing. And guys say these things aren't reliable, and you know, that's absolutely false. If you know how to set these things up. This thing's had one top end done on it since 2001, and that was only because the head gasket was leaking a little bit. So I went ahead and freshened up the top end, but it's never really given us any mechanical problems whatsoever. You know it when you hear one of these things kicking through the woods. We used to run 2-in-1 pipes, still have an old MotoFast. These DMCs, they give you almost the same bottom end. They sound great, but they pull a lot harder in the mid-range and the top end than what a 2-in-1 does. Yeah, so yeah, these are our toys here. Yeah, keep watching, guys. I'll keep watching you guys out there. Have safe, good time on the trails. You know, get out and enjoy it. You know, it's better than sitting in the house. Of course, when it's cold like this, there's not much more to do than do videos, wrenching videos, stuff like that. All right, guys, have a good one.